Volleyball is a team sports in which two teams of 6 players are separated by a net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court under organized rules. History of volleyball. Volleyball was invented in 1985 by William G. Morgan, Physical Education Director of Young Men's Christian Association YMCA in Holyoke, Massachusetts. It was designed as an indoor sports for businessmen. The first name of volleyball was Mintanet. Volleyball was called Mintanet because of its similarity with badminton. However, it was renamed volleyball because the objective of the game was to volley the ball back and forth over a net. Volleyball terminologies. Ace. A serve that is not passable and results immediately in a point. Approach. Fast stride toward the net by a spiker before he jumps in the air. Assist. Passing or setting the ball to a teammate who attacks the ball for a kill. Attack. The offensive action of hitting the ball. The attempt by one team to terminate the play. By hitting the ball to the floor on the opponent's side. Backcourt. The area from the end line to the attack line. Block. A defensive play by one or more players meant to deflect a spike ball back to the hitter's court. Bump. A common term for forearm passing. Bump pass. The use of joint forearms to pass or set a ball in an underhand manner. Campfire. A ball that falls to the floor in an area that's surrounded by 2, 3, 4 or more players. Center line. The boundary that runs directly under the net and divides the court into 2 equal halves. Pot shot. A spike from the hitter's strong side that travels at a sharp angle across the net. Decoy. An offensive play meant to disguise the spiker who will receive the set. Deep set. Set to be hit away from the net to confuse or disrupt the timing of the blockers. Dig. Passing a spike or rapidly hit ball. Double quick. 2 hitters approaching the setter for a quick inside hit. Doubles. A game with 2 players on each side, most commonly played on a sand court. 5-1. A 6-player offensive system that uses 5 hitters and 1 setter. 5 set. A back set to the right front hitter. Flare. Inside-out path of an outside spiker who hid behind a quick hitter. Foul. A violation of the rules. Free ball. A ball that will be returned by a pass rather than a spike. Isolation play. Designed to isolate the attacker on a specific defender, normally to exploit a weakness or give a hitter a chance to hit against a single block. Joust. When 2 opposing players are simultaneously attempting to play a ball above the net. Key. To predict a team's next play by observation of patterns or habits. Penetration. The act of reaching across and breaking the plane of the net during blocking. Roll. A certain way to pass a ball in which the digger or passer lays out an arm. Proof. A ball that when spiked is blocked by a defensive player such that the ball deflects straight to the floor on the attacker's side. Rotation. The clockwise movement of players around the court and through the serving position following a side out. Six-pack. Occurs when a blocker gets hit in the head or face by a spike ball. 6-2. A 6-player offense using 2 setters opposite one another in the rotation. Stuff. A ball that is deflected back to the attacking team's floor by the opponent's blockers. A slang term for block. Turning in. The act of an outside blocker turning his/her body into the court to ensure the block ball is deflected into the court and lands in bounds. Quick side. When a right-handed player is hitting from right front position or when a left-handed player is hitting from the left front position. Volleyball equipment and facilities. Volleyball. A regulation volleyball should be 65 to 67 centimeters in circumference, and weigh 260 to 280 grams 9 to 10 ounces. The ball's inside pressure should be 0.30 hanggang 0.325 kilograms per square centimeter 4.26 hanggang 4.61 psi. Volleyball net. Volleyball nets are the primary obstacle and separating element between the 2 teams in a game of volleyball. Splitting the court down the middle, the height of the net dictates how teams will strategize their ball placement and set up offensive and defense formations to successfully send the ball across the divider. Volleyball nets are typically made with black nylon netting with white headbands. Volleyball nets span the entire width of the court 29 feet 6 inches 9 meter, and are held rigid by outer poles typically set of 3.91 meter from the court. The center height of a volleyball net differs for men's and women's play, with men's nets regulated at a height of 7 feet 11.69 inches 2.43 meter and women's at 7 feet 4.35 inches 2.24 meter. The dimensions of the playing court are often identified on the net surface by two antennae extending 30 to 80 centimeters above the net. Volleyball nets have a surface height of 39.1 meter from top to bottom and are constructed with a polypropylene or nylon netting with a mesh size of 3.9-10 centimeters and are capped with stiff headbands along the perimeters. Volleyball court dimensions. Dimensions. The playing court is 18 meter long and 9 meter wide and is surrounded by a free zone 3 meter wide on all sides. The space above the playing area is known as the free playing space and is a minimum of 7 meter high from the playing surface. For FIVB World and official competitions, the free zone measures a minimum of 5 meter from the sidelines and 8 meter from the ends lines. The free playing space is a minimum of 7 meter high from the playing surface. Playing surface. The playing surface is flat and a light color. For FIVB World and official competitions, only a wooden or synthetic surface is allowed. White colors are required for the lines. Other different colors are required for the playing court and free zone. Line markings. All lines on the court are 5 centimeters wide and are a light color different from the color of the floor. The boundary lines are the two side lines and end lines. The center line divides the playing court into two equal courts 9 meters by 9 meters each. This line extends from beneath the net from sideline to sideline. On each court, the rear edge of the attack line is drawn 3 meter back from the middle of the center line and marks the front zone. Zones and areas. The front zone on each court is limited by the axis of the center line and the rear edge of the attack line. The front zone extends beyond the sidelines to the end of the free zone. The service zone is a 9 meter wide area behind each end line and extends to the end of the free zone. It is 15 centimeters long and drawn 20 centimeters behind the end line as an extension of the sidelines. The substitution zone extends from both attack lines to the scorer's table. The libero replacement zone is part of the free zone on the same side as the team benches, extending from the attack line up to the end line. A penalty area, 1 meter by 1 meter, is located in the control area outside of the end lines. Basic skills in volleyball. Pass. Also called reception, the pass is the attempt by a team to properly handle the opponent's serve or free ball. Proper handling includes not only preventing the ball from touching the court but also making it reach the position where the setter is standing quickly and precisely. Forearm pass. A ball played off the forearms in an underhand manner. The forearm's underhand pass, bump held away from the body, will act as a surface from which the pass can be made. Demonstrate the forearm stance, hands overlapping and forearms together, outstretched. Have the students example the forearm stance and take a quick look around and make sure all students are comfortable. Overhead pass. An overhead pass is a ball handling skill used to direct the ball to the target by contacting the ball with both hands. The ball is played up overhead using a setting type motion. Using the hands to play the ball is often preferred over passing with the forearms because the hands have greater ball control. Service. The volleyball serve is one of the 6 basics in volleyball techniques. A serve is used to put the ball into play to start the volley. Underhand service. An underhand serve is a volleyball serve in which the ball is given a slight underhand toss from about waist high and then struck with a closed fist by the opposite hand. Overhand service. The overhand serve is a very effective serve and with practice may also be very accurate. This serve is accomplished by tossing the ball easily to a position just above the level of the head and just slightly in front of the frontal plane of the body. Jump serve. The jump serve is a volleyball serve in which the server tosses the ball, takes an approach and jumps to spike the ball. Float serve. The float serve is done by contacting the ball in such a way that the ball doesn't spin, which makes it more likely to float. A floater is much tougher to pass because the flight of the ball is much less predictable. Setting. Setting is the second step of passing, and it can be done to either dump the ball over into an undefended spot or to set the ball into a position that allows the hitter to spike it over. Back set. A back set is the type of set a setter delivers to a player that is behind them. Overset. An overset happens when a setter runs a fast attack and, in their attempt to deliver a ball to a specific hitter, she sets the ball too far past the area where the hitter was supposed to make contact with the ball and the ball gets set over the net. Dump. A dump is when a setter dumps or pushes the ball into the opposing team's volleyball court instead of setting the ball to one of her attackers. Spike. A volleyball spike or attack is the strategy used to send the ball over the net to the opponent in such a manner that ball is not returnable. Block. A block is a defensive playing action at the net. A block may be performed by one front row player or a combination of front row players jumping near the net in front of an opposing attacker. The goal is to block the spike ball with the hands or arms, preventing the spiker from a successful attack.